Well, at least one of the shows is good. I'm Sean Redden with my review, New Japan Pro Wrestling's World Tag League and Best of Super Juniors 27 Night 6 events. So, really quickly, here's a remaining schedule. Tomorrow's show and Wednesday's show will be combined into one review for Wednesday afternoon. And then the 4th and the 5th, Friday and Saturday. That review will be up sometime Saturday evening. As for the December 6th show, that's going to be a combined show of the World Tag League and Best of Super Junior Tours. And that one will be up sometime, probably Sunday afternoon / evening. It really just depends. I got a lot of projects I'm working on. And then as for the finals, that review will be up either right after the show's done being live or sometime Friday afternoon. It just depends because I work late Thursday night, so I might need to sleep and just miss the live tweeting of that. And then also the Super J Cup, I will be watching that live because I'll be up just in enough time to be able to watch it. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to review World Tag League next year, because if they can't create enough buzz for me to care about the tag team division, then I'll watch, the cards that feature the tag team champions and maybe some other tag team action. But it's just, about half the field's good and the rest of it is just either average or nothing. Anyway, Nagato and Yoshitsuji versus Kojima and Honma, the usual, cozy lariat, 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's really not much to say about this. Yoshitsuji has dramatically improved, though, and it's always great to see Kojima and Nagata in the ring. The Great Okab, the Great Okan, and Jeff Cobb versus Tomohiro Ishii and Yano. Jeff Cobb has had to carry this fucking team. Shout out, by the way, sorry, I don't remember the person's name. Thank you for your comment on the most recent New Japan review that I did. Please go check that out. They explained what the Great Okan's gimmick is supposed to be, what it's based on. Thank you very much for that. I want them to get the full credit, so please check out the comments on that one. But it's great that I know what, the reasoning behind the gimmick is, what it's supposed to be. I still don't really care for the Great Okan. He's not a bad worker. I just think it's really kind of goofy. But once Cobb and Ishii were in the ring, it was fine. And then everything kind of broke down. It looked like Okan was going to, beat Yano. But no, we get a ref distraction, low blow, and dreaded roll up 1, 2, 3. So Ishii and Yano getting 2 points. Then we get Fale and Chase versus Hanares. I like Toa Hanare and Tanahashi. I could give 2 shits about Fale and Chase. And Grenade Launcher, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, team 2 points. It was a battle of the team with 2 points, or the teams with 2 points. And Hanares now are the remaining team with 2 points. Oh dear. And then Evil and Yujiro with Dick Togo versus Dangerous Tekkers. Who could out-heal the other? Taiji gets attacked during his entrance while Zack Sabre Jr. apparently was doing something, because he didn't make his entrance until Taiji was already in the ring and had finished his, or was finishing his concert and then got interrupted. CSJ is a joy to watch. He's, him and Taiji are a really good team. Picked up at the end, we get a rep bump. Yujiro gets choked by his own stick, by his own pimp cane, while Dick chokes Taiji. And then while Zack Sabre Jr. chokes Dick Togo. So it's a human centipede of choking. Human chocopede, if you will. Moving on. And then we get Zack Mephisto 1, 2, 3. It was what it was. At least it picked up a little bit. I mean, from here. But obviously, Dangerous Tekkers had to get the victory. We then get Finjuice versus Shingo and Sonata. Finally, something good. Thank fucking God. Double teaming was crisp. Everybody get in here. Powerplex and, some great double team moves. Thought Shingo and Sonata were going to get the victory because they were doing well with points, but nope, alas. Bunch of moves, Pulp Friction at the end, 1, 2, 3, Shingo gets pinned. Bit shocking that. And then we get Guerrillas of Destiny with Jada versus Goto and Yoshihashi. The pace was good. Guerrillas of Destiny are great heels. The double teaming was crisp in this one as well. At least it ended strong with 2 good matches. And the gun stun was countered into a roll-up, 1, 2, 3. Yoshihashi pinning Tamatonga. Didn't expect that. Point totals. Chase and Fale with 4. Poor teams that had the job to them. Yano and Ishii with 8. The Great Okab with 6, along with Yoshihashi and Goto as well. Zack Sabre Jr. and Taiji with 8. Evil and Yujiro with 6. Sonata and Shingo with 8. Hanares with 2. Guerrillas of Destiny and Finjuice with 6 each. Now, that's Super Juniors Night 6. At least Best of Super Juniors had a pretty good card here. Now, I'm not going to say everything was great, but this was probably, I'd say, the best card of the bunch so far as like the individual shows they've done. Nagata and Gabriel Kidd versus Kojima and Honma. Kidd dodged a lariat a bunch. He's actually figured out some good counters, but eventually fell to same cozy lariat, 1, 2, 3. I know it sounds like I'm skipping over a lot of that stuff, but when you see the same match, it's the same formula, what else can you really say? It was not bad. And it's always great to see Nagata and Kojima in the ring. We then get Yuya Uemura and Taguchi, this was good stuff. Taguchi, world-traveled veteran. Yuya has really come along. Can't wait to see what happens when he goes on excursion, what gimmick he gets. Hopefully not something like the Great Okan. Oh, dear. And he, hit a nice drop kick, did some good strikes. Taguchi kept targeting the ankle, and Yuya got a really good armbar on. He's really perfected that armbar. Tried to go for the double trap suplex, but nope. Fell to the ankle lock, eventually getting the tap-out victory. Nice show of respect between Taguchi and Yuya. You can tell Taguchi respects how much Yuya has advanced, and Yuya obviously appreciates that, and I think earned, a good amount of respect from Taguchi. This was good stuff. And then we get Doki versus El Desperado. Who will out-heel the other? Look, this wasn't bad. It was odd that this was actually one of the longer matches on the goddamn show. Doki is just laying his pipe all over many men in this on this tour, and man, all that piping, all that lengthy piping. Oh, Japan. Good submission work, by the way. Stop the apron bumps, please. Please stop the apron bumps. They didn't on this show. Senton to the outside. Doki actually had a pretty good showing here, but would eventually fall to the weird variations of stretch muffler with the arm traps and everything. That was pretty good stuff. El Desperado getting the victory. Sho versus Master Wato with Tenzan. They're trying so hard with Master Wato, who's a good athlete. This gimmick's just shit. It's just shit. It's not good. Very quick start. The strikes relate in. Sho just zeroing in with with his submission work and just really doing some good stuff, targeting the arm. We get a spiral tap getting countered. This was a well-paced match. We get some more strikes and eventually the shock arrow 1, 2, 3. So Sho getting the victory. I don't think Master Wato is making the finals, but you know what? He's had a pretty good showing here. Bushi versus Taiji Ishimori. How much closet space does Bushi have for all his masks and all his gear? Like, seriously, it's got to be like a freaking, a couple floors. He's got great gear. He's got great masks. He just seems to have an endless supply of them. This is good stuff. Bushi attacks early, and then his arm gets targeted because it's setting up for the label lock. Ishimori's going to zero in on that, and he keeps zeroing in on it. Big tope, though, at one point, just crushing Ishimori into the guardrail. And very good, counters, very good stuff. This was a well-paced match. I wasn't sure how to feel about this one when I saw this was the match. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it'll work. They actually got me into it. We get a Destroyer, and the fact that Destroyers aren't done a ton in New Japan, or at least not all that often, unlike, in American wrestling. God, are they done a whole lot? They seem to have backed off a little bit. At least that was like, oh shit, a Destroyer, and it actually didn't look necessarily so forced. But eventually, though, even though Bushi tried label lock and his arm was hurting, he had to tap out. And that's the victory right there. So Ishimori keeping pace with Hiromu, who beats Robbie Eagles. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that match, but this was a pretty good one. Robbie Eagles, even in defeat, has really shined. Keeps targeting that knee. He's really perfected ways to lock on the Ron Miller special. We get the big drop kick into the barricade, couple drop kicks into the barricade. Actually, we get knee twist by Robbie where he just takes his legs and just twists Hiromu's knee. That was pretty goddamn deadly. We get more strikes. We get a turbo backpack on the apron. See, they aren't done with the apron bumps. Please stop with the goddamn apron bumps. Bushi's going to take so many of them when he faces Naito at Wrestle Kingdom. So many apron bumps. Anyway, Asai DDT off the ropes for 2. We get a 450 to the back, and man, I hope Hiromu is okay because he was really selling that Ron Miller special. But to the ropes, eventually time bomb number 2. 1, 2, 3. And that's your victory right there for Hiromu Takahashi. And then he cuts the promo afterwards. Point totals, Yuya Uemura and Doki with 0. Wouldn't it be amazing if Yuya Uemura beat Doki and got 2 points and Doki ended up with none? It won't happen, but it would be funny. Master Wato with 8. Robbie Eagles with 4. Sho with 8. Bushi, Taguchi with 6 each. And then El Desperado with 8, Hiromu Takahashi, and Taiji Ishimori with 10 each. So again, the second is when the next double review will be because I got a lot of projects, that is, and a lot of other work to do. So anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm Joe Ritlin. I'll see you soon.